Today's stories include a bunch of Nintendo news, including Switch 2 speculation, Balatro wins big at the GDC Awards, and Persona 4 Remake could get revealed soon. We'll have all this and more because this is Kinda Funny Games Daily. Yo, what's up? Welcome to Kinda Funny Games Daily for Thursday, March 20th, 2025. I'm one of your hosts, Blessing, Adeoye Jr. Joining me is WWE legend, Greg Miller.
Hello, Bless. How are you?
I'm doing well, Greg. How are you doing? Is that the legend?
I could be better. I forgot my coffee. Can you bring my coffee? It's right there, the other cup. Thank you. Don't spit in it. I don't want to spit in this.
You just have somebody in the back waiting to bring your coffee for you?
This is an intern. This is an intern here. Come on in here. He's trying out. He's seeing if he can. I
thought we didn't have money to hire interns anymore.
Wait, I'm one of those unpaid interns.
I was going to say.
I
was going to say. Who said we were paying? The one, the only, the Reverend Jared Petty.
Hey, everybody. How you doing?
I'm great, Jared. How are you? I missed you. How's GDC going?
GDC is wonderful. It's GDC is like video game summer camp. It's an opportunity to see all the people that you love most in the world. I'm here kind of like speed dating all of you at once today. Dropped in the office just to see everybody, all the old friends that made my life and career what it is.
Sure.
Thank you for that, by the way. Again.
How's that career going?
I just got laid off.
Laid off. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Man, it's almost like it's a bad idea to ever leave. Kind of funny, isn't it? Bad idea to get a trivia show, a game show, and then leave, huh? Don't get any ideas, Bless. This could be you.
You
could be bringing me my coffee, Bless.
I'm just saying,
I'll come back for what you were paying me before.
Well, that's still not going to help.
I know.
I don't think I can afford that.
So what's the next? So what are next steps? What's going on? You're taking meetings? You're doing the thing?
I'm doing the thing. I'm here at GDC looking for a job, which is what a lot of people do at GDC. I don't know if folks outside here know that, but GDC is also largely about job networking.
For sure.
Unfortunately, right now there are no jobs in video games at all.
That's trouble for it. Yeah.
People are. So I'm doing my best. People are trying to help me. Kind people helping one another. I mean, once a long time ago, you gave me a job and I threw it in your face and left.
Exactly.
And that's what we do.
Yeah, that's how.
But thank you for asking, Greg. How are you, man?
I'm good. Tired. It's been a big week.
Yeah.
I know you're tired.
I'm so fucking
tired. Everyone's tired. Cole Beans is back here. He's tired. He's been pooping nonstop.
Yeah, this is like the third mention of poop this morning. I'm on my way here this morning, and Greg sends me a text and he's like, "Hey, I was hoping to see you a little before the show, but Ben was like, oh, I got to poop." So
I was making. It was the first day this week of doing the solo dad morning of like, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna get out of here on time. And it was, all right, Ben, put on your shoes. I gotta poop. Well, Jared, I'm gonna be there when I'm there.
Yeah,
I feel him. Listen, I came in this morning. I was like, I thought I pooped before I left. Why am I'm prepping KFGD. I gotta go.
What's wrong?
Wait, do you need to poop right now?
I mean, that's too much. That's TMI for the audience.
TMI for the audience?
I do need to poop right
now. I'm telling y'all right now.
He refuses to poop at the office.
I don't like pooping in the office bathroom.
Whoa, is it because everybody smells your stank? Or
no, it's just like a level of comfort thing. I like being at home.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Some people really just like to poop at home and only at home.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. It's always been a thing for me. Public bathrooms.
I try to avoid it too, but like I can't go a whole day at work without pooping if I've had the wrong thing the day before.
Well, the thing that's nice for me is that my body has adjusted to the schedule of either before I go to work or once I get home from work.
The body knows.
If I'm at work, my body's like, no. But today's is one of those days. I think it's because my schedule. It's been a whole week. GDC. It's been tiring me out. I also got a hot take about GDC.
I mean,
hold on. He's got a hot take. What's the hot take about GDC?
Listen, I love GDC. It's great. Why is it a week? Why can't it be a GDC weekend?
Well,
why is everybody still in town? Go home.
This is the normal thing, right? Where the expo didn't open till Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah, the expo floor opened Wednesday.
Yeah, so it's like old E3 where it's like you get there on Friday, you're doing all this stuff, and then the show doesn't start till Tuesday after Nintendo. God damn it!
I do need the time. I've been here this is my third day, and I think I'm gonna have 30 meetings altogether in the 3 days. So you need that time. You got to cram it in there.
You do.
But
just like it's crammed in there right now.
It is
crammed in there right now.
Oh, is it crammed in there right now? Man, there's a lot more scatological discussion than I expected.
I didn't expect it to be a poop episode.
Jared Petty. We can turn it around right now. Jared, thank you. We love you. Go get out of here.
Thank you very much. I love you too. I'm gonna go poop, y'all.
Oh, Jesus.
Have fun. I'm gonna live vicariously through you. Let's talk about some video games, y'all. Remember, this is Kinda Funny Games Daily. Each and every weekday, we run you through the nerdy news you need to know about live on YouTube, Twitch, and on podcast services around the globe. If you love what we do, support us with the Kinda Funny membership on Patreon, YouTube, and now Spotify and Apple Podcasts to get all of our shows ad-free, watch us record them live, and get a daily exclusive show. For a chance to be a part of the show, some of your thoughts and opinions is YouTube Super Chats as we go. Housekeeping for you. We're an 11-person business all about live talk shows. So today, after KFGD, you're going to get Gamescast, which is me and Tim talking about every Mario game. It's going to be
I was about to woo, and then Kevin sneezed in the middle of it.
I was muted and I unmuted it. I thought I was muting myself. I'm sorry about that, folks. I'm sorry about that, folks. You guys heard the full
10
sneeze.
fucking years. He's the longest running employee here.
Here's the thing. There's no way he sneezes like that in private, right?
No, that's Kevin.
That can't
It's
be a
so
nobody's
loud.
around sneeze.
Les, I've said this many times. I sneeze so hard, sometimes it cuts the back of my throat.
You should get that checked.
What are they going to say?
I don't know, man. Maybe it's like, that sounds like a thing that's not supposed to happen.
Why
The
would you
air
say
from your
that?
sneeze is
There's
so
just
hard
a
that
lot
cutting the
of,
back of your throat.
it's a
Pressure.
force. It's
Yeah,
a force.
Yeah, yeah.
Dear Lord. Of course, after Gamescast is going to be the stream, which is going to be more of that Pokemon Nicklocke. If you're a kind of funny member, you can get today's Gregway, which is 25 minutes about the behind the scenes of the Elder Scrolls Online podcast, a kind of funny Gamescast limited series. Do you want to talk about that?
We started filming the Elder Scrolls Online podcast yesterday, and so we got 2 episodes in the can, 2 more to go today. So I talked a bit about how it's going, the success of it. There's other stuff in there too, you know what I mean? Talking about Apple increasing the prices of Patreon pledges. You see this?
No. Wait, who? Apple?
Yeah. So if you subscribe through the Patreon app, they just all of a sudden our subscription in quotes jumped to like $14. Because
I saw people
they're
talking
tacking
about
the 30%
this.
on there. So if that happened to you, of course, remember you can just go to patreon.com/kindoffunny, subscribe there, and then you can log into the app and you'd be fine. But if you purchase through the app, the price went up. But there was like weird Gregway questions a couple days ago of like, why price go up? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was like, this isn't even, what are you doing? And I was like,
I got a super chat here from Kyle LaBouffe writes in and says, Bless, the question we all want to know, did Greg fill in the info for Gregway? I don't know if you know this. You're on strike too.
Well, yes.
Today, you did good today.
Yeah.
You did good today.
I didn't get it yesterday, and then it was the day before that, 2 days before
It was
that?
like, the time I hosted before that.
It's that thing where this GDC is just me with the too many limes thing, where I got to drop some limes, and that's the lime that's been getting dropped. I apologize. I told you I wanted to be better about it.
Hey,
and you said, I don't believe in you. And I've given you no reason to believe in me, but I'm trying, buddy.
Hey, I believe you.
Thank you. I love you.
Of course, if you're a kind of funny member, like I said, you can get today's Gregway. Also, big news tomorrow, brew some coffee because Sam Lake and Mikael Kasurinen.
I don't know, Mikael, but yeah, I would assume so.
Yeah, the crew from Remedy, they're coming through for a Gamescast interview with Greg and Roger, starting at a special time that is happening at 10 a.m. Pacific, followed by KFGD with Tim and Ben Starr. Get hyped for that.
Big
It's a schedule
GDC
flip.
day. Big GDC day tomorrow. So we're flipping Gamescast and Games Daily. Sam Link and the other Remedy fellow, Mikael, coming in to talk about Alan Wake 2. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of different things. Control. Let's get into it. Let's see what the fuck's going on. You know what I mean? And then drink the coffee, do the thing. And then, Ben Starr.
Ugh. Wait, actually, it's not Tim Ben Starr. I think it's me and Ben Starr on KFGD. Now I think about it. We switched that during the meeting yesterday.
Oh, great. Cool.
Yeah, so that's going to be a fun time. Hanging out with Ben Starr. I've always
Well,
wanted to
now
hang
I'm
out with Ben
excited.
Starr. I like that guy. He's cool. Thank you to our Patreon producers, Delaney Twining, Carl Jacobs, and Omega Buster. Today we're brought to you by Shady Rays, MeUndies, and Factor, but we'll tell you about that later. For now, let's begin with what is, and forever will be, the Roper Report. It's time for some news. We have 7 stories today.
Oh, Baker's dozen!
Starting with our number 1. What are you looking at? What happened?
I've thought about it
He's got a
before,
dog
but I've
back
never watched Cole's reaction to the smoke. And I don't think he liked that.
Oh, yeah. No, he has this look in his eyes. He's
Cole,
like-
it's okay. It's just part of the show. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's unfortunate positioning for him. He's like right between the 2 smoke machines. He just he's staring at it now. He's like, what's that?
It's just he's not to that point yet of how old Porty was, where he would just sit on the thing. You just sit up here. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we tried it, and he gets over there. He's fine. It's just I want to check that out. I was thinking about making him a bed in the Stars in the Bank briefcase.
Oh, that'd be fun. I like that.
Yeah. He's fine.
Our first few stories are all Nintendo stories.
Oh, good. We're huge Nintendo fans.
I mean, I'm a huge Nintendo fan. In fact, I hope I'm a big fan of Xenoblade Chronicles X because that's what story number 1 is. Xenoblade Chronicles X appears to have hidden a 60 FPS mode, or appears to have hidden a 60 FPS mode, sparking Nintendo Switch 2 speculation. This is Eric Van Allen at IGN. Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition is out today for Nintendo Switch consoles, and some players are already digging into its data to learn more about it. One discovery seems to reveal a hidden mode enabling 60 frames per second, which is certainly cause for curiosity and speculation about what it could mean for the Switch 2. Over on X/Twitter, via WCCF Tech, modder Masagrado R dug into the executable of Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition and found what they called a hidden 60 FPS mode. The modder said it seems to be implemented only partially, since enabling it causes weird issues. While it's not implemented in the game proper, the existence of the setting does spark some interesting questions. If it's not available, why is it in there?
What an interesting question.
While some stray leftover code could be one answer, some speculation about what this could mean for the Switch 2 and existing Switch games is also easy to understand. Nintendo has confirmed that the Switch 2 will be mostly backwards compatible. The official reveal of its next console said that the console will play Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive games, as well as Nintendo Switch games, with an asterisk that certain Switch games may not be supported on or fully compatible with the Nintendo Switch 2. It's hard to imagine Xenoblade Chronicles X would be one of those asterisk games, but there's a question over whether existing Switch games would get enhanced on the next-gen console. There's no proof of that yet, but speculation over the usual trends of backwards compatibility. It certainly makes the Switch 2 all the more interesting for existing Switch owners, though. We'll hopefully learn more in a few weeks when Nintendo airs its Switch 2 Direct on April 2nd, 2025. There, we'll learn more about the upcoming console and Nintendo's plans for it. Greg Miller, Nintendo Switch 2.
Yeah.
Backwards compatibility. We know what's happening. What's your expectation? Does this get you excited for the idea of we're going to get our games boosted?
1,000%.
Yeah.
This is a big thing, from me the other month, whatever, where Ben was tinkering with the Switch and then moved on to the PlayStation. And I was like, okay. And I picked it up and I'm like, I've wanted to play the new Zelda game. The newest one. The
Echoes of Wisdom.
Thank you so much. But I'm like, I jumped in with because Ben wanted to see it. And I was like, you know what? I do want to play this, but I still haven't played A Link to the Past. No. The
Tears of the Kingdom?
No.
Oh, Link Between Worlds.
No. Link's Awakening, the one that was in the same style. I never played Link's Awakening.
Yes, that's what I meant.
And so I booted that up and I started playing it and Ben was watching and having a great time. And then I was like, holy shit, this runs like trash.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, it's like enough where I'm like, I don't want to keep doing this right
even
now.
Echoes of Wisdom, like playing it, it's a very charming art style, but there's a frame rate there that just doesn't hit for it.
It just doesn't gel, right?
Yeah.
And so the idea that the Switch 2 could fix that, and I was complaining to Tim about it, and he's like, well, hold on, don't do this. And of course, I still want to go back, theoretically. I have a hunger right now. I have a burning desire to go back to Pokemon Scarlet, which I think I'm just going to let cook until the new ZA comes out. Yeah. And just jump into ZA and forget about Scarlet. Because whatever. I beat all the gyms. I need to go fight the elite whoever or whatever. But it doesn't matter. Just go in, have the Switch 2, have it run, look better, knock on wood. Hopefully it looks great there, right? Mm-hmm. So that's the idea here, is that there are a lot of Nintendo games that I didn't tinker enough with on Switch, and so that I have. And so if it was the idea that, hey, Switch 2's here and it's making them look better, it's making them run better, it's shortening these load times, I think of Animal Crossing. Be like, oh yeah, I'd love to tinker more with this.
Is there like a hierarchy of requests that you have as far as that, right? Is it FPS? Is it just load times? Is it wanting better resolution? Is it are you looking?
Man, you said everything I'd want.
Are you looking for ray tracing? Like,
no, I don't need to go crazy. It's just more to the fact that, like, when you reviewed Pokemon Scarlet and you see the video of the legs kicking and looking just awful. Like, I just don't want these games to look like trash. Nintendo has such a great art style, and I'm very broad here, a great art style for most of their beloved games and franchises, right? That those should look and run excellent, right? And I think it's, Imran Khan, the Don. Mm-hmm. I think the number one Nintendo takedown artist out there. Not in a bad way, but of the way of, like, they put, I think it might have been ZA. They put up screenshots and it was Baron or whatever. And he's like, look at Xenoblade Chronicles. Like, this is the same system. Why doesn't your game look, why you can make things look great on this system. And that's what I'd want out of these things is, visual bump for what I already have, performance bump. If I had to go in order, frame rate would be at the top.
Yes.
Let's just be consistent. I'm not even asking for 60. I'm just saying be consistent and don't make it drop. Then I would say load times, yeah.
Yeah, I'm an FPS person, right? Like, I'm always playing performance mode, so I'm always looking for a better boosted frame rate. I'm hoping for 60 FPS out of a lot of these games.
What is interesting about this to me, and again, as you know, there's only so much I can keep in the noggin, so much I can focus on. And when we have you and Tim to be the Nintendo guys, I get to just be a Nintendo provocateur. You know what I mean? I get to be a voyeur and watch what they're doing from a distance and be excited for it, but not have to know everything. What gives me pause here, would be the fact that, like, it's a mode inside of this. My hope would be, and I probably impossible, but my hope would be that the Switch 2 would be like, hey, we're downloading your old Switch games if you want to, and we're doing something in the back end to make them great on their own. It doesn't need to be a mode that we need. So am I going to need an Animal Crossing, a Pokemon, or somebody else to go back to their old games and add these modes in?
Oh, you want it to be
fidelity,
automatic
60 frame things? Like
this, I think, yes, this implies that it is going to be a thing that you have to turn on, or a thing that developers will have to update manually for each game. They'll have to go in and actually push that, as opposed to...
Which isn't outrageous, right? I guess that's how it is on when you get like the fancy PlayStation and Xbox versions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, PlayStation 5 does some stuff where it's like boost PlayStation 4
and
on
Xbox has done that too, where it is like you download it. It's not like you're turning on a mode, just games just happen to run better.
But I guess maybe that'll be the thing where it's like, all right, the processing power of the Switch 2, this is all just bullshit and we're hypothesizing. The processing power alone will make games load faster and make a more consistent frame rate. But to get something like 60 frames, to get something spectacular, you would need to put the mode in.
And I wonder if we're going to get the thing of getting the choice of, all right, do you want performance or do you want fidelity? It's funny because I still don't associate Nintendo with that. Like, I would be surprised if the Switch 2 is the thing where they're trying to push one or the other, especially for Nintendo, who are, we are creating art. We are creating a thing, and this is how you're going to play it. I don't see them giving you the choice as far as how that presentation goes.
Sure.
When it is, they want to be so dialed in as far as, how their games look like. But yeah, like, I guess, if you're going back and if it's a thing where the technology of the Switch 2 itself doesn't automatically give you that jumped up experience.
It's gotta give us something.
I think the simple fact of most of the worthwhile experiences that you're getting out of the Switch 1 library are Nintendo games. And so I would think that for Nintendo, like, they have control over, we'll just push updates to all those games. Like, we don't have to do it on the hardware side because we have the control of having our studios push all those things on the software side. And so it's probably just easier that way.
Yeah. Yeah. You'd hope so. What's your hierarchy of Switch 2 backwards compatibility boosts?
Yeah, 60 FPS.
Okay.
Or not even 60 FPS, frame rate. Good frame rate. I want things to look smooth.
Yeah.
It's the thing where I've talked about this with Tim and Andy as far as what are realistic expectations as far as what you can expect out of the Switch, right? And I'm not sitting here being like, we're going to get ray tracing. We're going to get, like, we were talking about whether or not we're going to see HDR in this thing, right? Like, that's how like low my expectations are for the technological side of the Switch 2. But I don't know, man. I just want it. I want the games to be pretty. I want to get rid of like some of the like anti-aliasing we see on the characters. As far as like, I hate seeing the jaggies. I hate even for some Nintendo first party games, you'll look closely at some of these characters and like it just won't be as crisp as you want it to. And Nintendo does such a good job with art style where it usually isn't an issue, but I want to see that smoothed over even more.
Sure.
And so that for sure, I mean, 4K is a big one, which I think we'll get connected to the TV. And then from there, it's like, I don't know, just make the games look good.
Okay.
I think those are my biggest complaints, honestly.
Yeah, right.
Let's talk more about Nintendo. With story number 2, Nintendo expands its Seattle Mariners partnership to put logo on the jerseys. This is from Eric Van Allen at IGN. Nintendo has announced it's expanding its partnership with baseball team, the Seattle Mariners. Just ahead of opening day 2025, Nintendo has confirmed that every Mariners jersey will have the Nintendo logo on it this season. The expanded collaboration can be seen in a new promo video released today, where Seattle Mariners center
When I
fielder,
thought it was just a screenshot of the hat, I was like, good job, Kevin. Good B-roll pull.
where Seattle Mariners center fielder Julio Rodriguez shows off the bright red logo on the jersey sleeve. Per Nintendo's announcement, the console and game maker will be on jersey sleeves this season, starting with opening day 2025 on March 27th, when the Mariners host the Athletics. This is small news that I'm looping into the Nintendo conversation.
Yeah, sure, I like that.
Just because it fits, but then also because it's happening, right? Like, the fact that we're in Nintendo Switch 2 season.
Yeah.
And like, we're getting more tidbits of that, of like, oh yeah, they're gearing up for that promotion, right? Like, they're like ramping up that partnership with the Mariners to like, get Nintendo, like, get the Nintendo name, get the Nintendo branding out there in front of people's eyes a bit more to like build up this hype. I'm all about it.
How do you feel about, and I know you're not a baseball guy, but you like sports, you like soccer. So I guess this is actually an interesting take for you then. How do you feel about the logos on jerseys?
I fuck with it. So before I lived here, I lived in Seattle. And I remember in my first few months of living in Seattle, I had a moment where I was like, man, a lot of Xbox fans here. because I'll see like a lot of people walking around with like Xbox logos on their chest, and they're wearing like a jersey that says Xbox, and I'm like, oh man, a lot of, I guess Microsoft's in Redmond, like, you know, I guess a lot of Microsoft fans here. Until I realized, I was like, oh, this is for the Seattle Sounders. Like Xbox sponsors the Seattle Sounders, right? At least they did when I was there. I honestly think Seattle's pretty fucking dope for having it be a thing of, Xbox sponsors this, Nintendo, sponsors the Mariners.
Yeah.
Like, just to have your sports teams being carried by these video game companies, I think it's fucking awesome. And I mean, coming from like a bit of a soccer background, right? Like
you're used to seeing plenty of logos on
I'm used to seeing logos on every single jersey. Like I associated the Arsenal, the soccer team, with Fly Emirates for like the longest time. Right.
Super chats, I want to know, do you, number one, what's your hierarchy of needs for the Switch 2 in terms of frame rate, in terms of power, and et cetera? And then 2, do we care about jerseys having logos on them? I don't.
Really?
I don't have, I mean, I'm not a baseball guy. And then it's also the fact of, here's what I'll say, Kevin, if you can throw it back up. What I hate about
the
this.
same video?
Just where we can see the thing. Pause. Perfect. What I hate about this is how uninspired and, yes, it catches your eye, but I think it's ugly. Like, I would have been like, hey, we're doing the sponsorship. We want the Nintendo logo on the jersey. Of course, you're Seattle. We love Nintendo. And they sent this. I'd be like, cool. Can we can I go in there and take out all of the red, make it the Nintendo pill, and blow that up? Like, I think if you did that, and they give it a red border around the Nintendo white border, right? So that it's not just white on white, but like, it's just so uninspired to toss a giant red patch on there. And I get, of course, the point is to advertise to see it, but you could still, if you blew the Nintendo logo up, put the red around there, you'd be like, okay, cool. I like that better.
I see that.
It's just lazy, I feel like.
I think,
and you look at this too. I'm sorry, I keep talking over you. You start getting going. Kevin's showing even closer ups of it. Like, you can just see how it's like, it's not even like, and I know it's because it's a brand new patch. They wear them throughout the season, it'll get better or whatever. But like, it's just so fucking on it. It's just on it. It's laying on top of it. It's like,
I agree with that. I think a few things, right? One, I wonder how long this goes for as far as like this promotion. Like, is this going to be a thing of for the entire next season, for the next few years, or is this going to be a thing that lasts through the Switch 2 launch, and then by July they're switching it or whatever?
Sure,
I don't know
how
how
long
baseball seasons
goes
are.
for.
That's one thing I wonder about. Another thing is,
Justin says in the super chat the away jersey looks worse with the Switch 2 patch.
Oh no!
Can you get me the away jersey? Oh yeah, I guess because it would be the full color. Instead of it being a white, it's going to be that teal with a giant red patch on it. Yeah.
I think with this one, the Nintendo's history with the Mariners, I think gives it a little bit of a pass. Where I think at one point, chat, correct me if I'm wrong, Nintendo owned the Mariners. I think like in like the 90s.
Oh jeez.
Somebody,
Kevin found it.
Oh no!
Oh no! If you're an audio listener, pull over and look at this. Oh no! It's even bigger and more red.
I take it all back.
It's the Switch Joy-Cons, the 2 next to it, Nintendo Switch underneath it.
Whoa!
No,
Jesus.
no! I don't like that one.
They're gonna show up in New Jersey. It's just like they're just in a.
No wonder they didn't
costume.
use this one in the fucking video.
Man, when you said that about this one, I was like, no, it made like
this. I'm not mad
at. This patch is like kind of iconic, but like this, Jesus, like
that's gross.
This makes me think they didn't try on either of them, and that Greg is totally right.
And it's just off with
they
the
just
color.
showed up. They're like, oh fuck,
yeah,
we got to put these on there.
Did you have that PNG? Well, we've got the one with the 2 in it. Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, why'd they do that? But I definitely feel what you're saying as far as how to stylize it.
Yeah,
I think if it was just a pill, if it was just like just put the Nintendo logo on the jersey, like I think it would have been as easy as that without it being a patch, especially this big old patch.
But when you're walking around the store, you're gonna recognize the like side of the box that looks just like this, you know?
Oh yeah, so those are the ones who ruined my jersey.
Because I was gonna say before we actually brought the images, I was gonna say if they like launched some like a CM Punk shirt with a PlayStation logo on the back, you'd be all over it. You'd buy five of those.
I mean, well, first off, no. Okay. Look, here's something I'll say, and it breaks my heart. All right, lots of WWE merch is just ugly as fuck.
I mean, you're right.
I bought that first CM Punk shirt because it was just classic shirt, and every CM Punk shirt they put out since, I'm like, you're just getting worse. You're just getting more and more into looking like I'm wearing Affliction knockoff clothes. Like, I'm good. I'm fine.
Listen, I feel it. Hopping into the super chats a little bit, Zombies Keegan writes in and says, do we think Switch 2 will be PPPCC compatible?
Now he's working him in. Now he's weaving him in. I don't know if it'll be compatible with pee poo poo caca.
Yang Fame says switch to 1080p, 8-inch screen, better battery. Oh, if we're talking about overall features, because I guess I was just thinking about the performance aspect.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, make the battery last longer. Not that the battery is bad in the Switch one, but I'm always down for a better battery.
Oh yeah,
just in general.
Well, yeah. Once they did that first revision of the Switch and they put that bigger battery,
it got better.
Yeah, it was great. I've never had a problem since then. But again, I'm not Mr. Switch, Mr. Steam Deck, Mr. Portal.
And yeah, Jerson was the one that said it looks worse in the away. Kebab says performance and then HDR. I don't think it'll do 4K.
Yeah, I wouldn't hold your breath for 4K, but you hope.
Connected to the TV?
Just saying.
It better do 4K.
It's got to do 4K.
Just saying.
I'd take 4K over HDR.
Okay.
Greg,
We'll see what you got.
do you really not think it's not gonna? Do you think it's not gonna do 4K?
Here's my thing.
Be serious, bro.
Nothing. WND's throwing up in chat. Nothing would surprise me.
Yeah.
If they came out and like, by the way, it's black and white, I'd be like, that's a Nintendo, all right.
If they came out and they're like, it's 8K,
They've
you'd
gone
be
back
like,
to 16-bit.
We saw the play date, so we're putting 2 cranks on ours. It's like, yeah. I don't fucking know what the fuck they're doing over there.
Street Shadow writes in and says you guys should look up the Dodgers and Pokemon intro / collab. They did collab they did for the Dodgers
Is this
Tokyo
new?
opener.
Okay, Kevin's already got it because he's on it today.
Oh, this is cool.
Throwing out the first Pokeball.
are these the Cubs?
There's the
No,
Dodgers
there's
too.
Cubs. All right.
Now these two
I don't like the
Pikachus.
tail in there. It's like he's hard and he's trying to hide
Ew,
it.
Jesus, yes, I do.
right?
No, I know exactly what you mean when you tuck it in the waistband.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Got to go up to class and write on the board.
I get it.
What I usually do is wiggle my fingers and toes. Send the blood away. Is this the blood away?
This is it? This is what you wanted to
Is
show
this the
us?
promotional
They
video?
walked
What am I
out there?
watching? What am I watching?
Yeah, I think about national tragedies when I need to send the blood away.
Yeah, that's the opposite for me.
Bless, what's your favorite national tragedy?
Nope,
to
we're not
jump
answering
to?
that question on air. I'll tell you during the ad break. Story number 3. Ken Kutaragi has a Nintendo PlayStation in his closet. It's emerged.
That's awesome.
This is Chris Scullion at Video Games Chronicle. PlayStation co-creator Ken Kutaragi still owns one of the fabled Nintendo PlayStation prototypes it has emerged. Photographer Julian Demansky met Kutaragi earlier this month and revealed that he got to hold his Nintendo PlayStation, posting a series of photos on X showing it in detail as spotted by Time Extension. Quote,
Let's look at the photos, yeah.
I never thought I'd see something so rare, but today I actually got to fondle a Nintendo PlayStation.
Well, don't say it like that.
Demansky wrote.
She's like, I licked the cartridge slot.
Jesus Christ. The last one in existence was believed to have sold at an auction for $300,000. Turns out the ex-CEO of Sony CEA has one in his closet. Ken Kutaragi, top bloke, end quote.
That's awesome.
That's great. It's said that around 200 units were made of the Nintendo PlayStation, the prototype console created in the early 1990s as a planned partnership between Sony and Nintendo. The PlayStation was originally envisioned as a CD add-on for the Super Nintendo, which would boost Nintendo's console with significant processing power and speed. However, Sony's partnership with Nintendo fell through, which led to Sony further developing the PlayStation as a standalone system and entering the console market alone. I love
That's a
cool
piece
shit
of
like
history.
this.
Yeah. Yeah, real cool.
Could you
It's
imagine?
fun. It's just collecting dust in his closet. But I guess that is to be expected.
Yeah. What else is he gonna do with it?
It
Because
was funny. I went to dinner with Shu when he visited, and we were talking about the stuff that was in his office and on his desk and all the stuff they dig on.
he has like 5 of these. Like, could you imagine? Like, if I'm Ken Kutaragi and I have this, I also just wouldn't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
I get because I'm not gonna sell it.
Yep.
I'm not gonna I'm not gonna give it away. Like
You
maybe
could donate it to the Video Game History Foundation.
Yeah,
or
you could do
something,
that, right? Or give it back to the company or whatever. But
Yeah.
like,
No, I'm not giving it back to the company. Fuck them.
maybe the company already has like 100 of these just in stock somewhere. But yeah, just sitting in his closet.
Yeah. I think
Cool.
about it often, even to take it to like our side of the industry, like every so often Jeff Gerstmann will go get something from his garage and he shows these photos like, oh man, that's fucking crazy. Cause I remember getting that at IGN, but leaving it at IGN or even us, the amount of stuff that comes in that I give away or would let it go. And then the rare thing that I keep in my house where it's like, oh yeah, I still have that kicking around. That's
Like just random like PRs, package stuff.
Yeah,
that we get.
yeah. That or like, even the anniversary PlayStations, right?
Oh,
they just sit on the
yeah.
shelf, the 20th and now the 30th or whatever. I use the units, which I know is sacrilege.
What's the coolest thing that you own? Like, as far as video game merchandise?
See, I would say that not much because I gave so much away. And then when we were at IGN, it was very much like that was the company stuff. I didn't ever like do that. My favorite thing I ever got that I left at IGN, because of course it was theirs, I was just an employee of IGN, would have been the Uncharted 2 Collector's Edition. Do you remember it came in the gigantic book and then inside was the the dagger of Shambhala, the key that
Oh,
opened
shoot.
everything. And what was even cooler is when they sent it to us, it was signed by everybody who worked on Uncharted 2.
Oh, that's cool.
So it was like this. It was like the collector's edition alone was awesome, but then it was all these things. But of course, it sat on my desk forever, and then got put into the glass case when they themed the new office. And then, yeah, there it is. And then God only knows what's happened since they moved everything around and shut things down and work from home and yada yada yada.
Oh, this is so cool.
But that's one that I was like, damn, I wish I could have held on to that. Like, not. But again, I say that, and here's what I'll say. I say that, and it would just be in a closet or on a shelf downstairs in my house or whatever. But I wonder where it is now. I hope it has a good home wherever it went through
Somebody's
IGN.
fondling it somewhere.
Somebody's fondling it in Per Schneider's closet
I
right now.
bet you got
Jesus
thrown
Christ.
away.
What?
I bet you got thrown away.
Yeah, you think so? Fuck,
Yeah.
that
It's in a
sucks.
dumpster somewhere.
And that's a heartbreaker, right? Of that kind of shit.
You should have just taken it.
Yeah, well, remember, it was a rougher breakup. It wasn't gonna, me and Nick stole a sandbag. That was enough. We did that. That's what we needed.
Greg, we're going to switch off of Nintendo news. We're going to talk about the GDC Awards. But before we get there, I want to talk to you about patreon.com/kindoffunny and youtube.com/kindoffunnygames, where you can go and get the Kind of Funny membership, which allows you to get shows ad-free. And speaking of ads, let us tell you about our sponsors.
This episode's brought to you by Shady Rays. Get ready for the season ahead with quality shades built to last. Our friends at Shady Rays have you covered with premium polarized shades that won't break the bank. Shady Rays is an independent sunglasses company offering a world-class product rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. Plus, if your shades ever go missing or an unexpected hit happens, don't sweat it. They have the most insane protection in all of eyewear. Every pair is backed by lost or broken replacements. If you don't love your shades, exchange for a new pair or return worry-free within 30 days. Y'all know I've been outside in the sun a lot playing Pokemon Go, and it's such a great experience wearing Shady Rays when I'm out and about looking dope. Exclusively for you, Shady Rays is giving out their best deal. Head to shadyrays.com and use code FUNNY for 35% off polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. Again, go to shadyrays.com, use code FUNNY to get 35% off polarized sunglasses. This episode is brought to you by Factor. Ready to optimize your nutrition this year? Factor has chef-made gourmet meals that make eating well easy. They're dietitian approved and ready to heat and eat in 2 minutes, so you can fuel right and feel great, no matter what life throws at you. Greg Miller has been loving how simple it is to enjoy his Factor meals as he's rushing between shows each day here at Kinda Funny. Factor arrives fresh and fully prepared, perfect for any active, busy lifestyle. With 40 options across 8 dietary preferences on the menu each week, it's easy to pick meals tailored to your goals. Choose from preferences like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, or Keto. Eat smart with Factor. Get started at factormeals.com/factorpodcast and use code FACTORPODCAST to get 50% off your first box, plus free shipping. That's code FACTORPODCAST at factormeals.com/factorpodcast to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. This episode's brought to you by MeUndies. For years, I've been telling you all about how much I love MeUndies. Real talk, I haven't worn a pair of underwear or socks that weren't MeUndies in over half a decade. And that's because I just love how premium they are, how great they look, and awesome they feel. Even my loungewear at home is MeUndies, and I cannot recommend their various shirts enough. MeUndies just gets it. From the all-black classics to fun expressive prints, MeUndies has a look for everyone. Plus, they come in sizes XS to 4XL, so there's something here for all of you. Its breathable, stretchy, and oh-so-comfy fabric make it ideal for all-day wear. And they use sustainably sourced materials and work with partners that care for their workers. Rad. Good things come in big packages at MeUndies. Get 20% off your first order, plus free shipping on orders of $75 or more at MeUndies.com/kindafunny. Enter code KINDAFUNNY. That's MeUndies.com/kindafunny. Code KINDAFUNNY for 20% off MeUndies. Comfort from the outside in.
And it's time for story number 4. The GDC Awards 2025 Game of the Year winners are in. I'm pulling from Matt Patches at Polygon. While the scale of December's The Game Awards has given the trailer-heavy show the glow of the gaming industry's Oscar equivalent, the annual GDC Awards and Independent Game Festival Awards, held together each year at GDC, are closer to an Academy Awards-like event. Voted on by artists and craftspeople who make games, the GDC Awards represents a different perspective on Game of the Year, even if the winners often align with the TGAs. On Wednesday, devs from around the world congregated at the GDC main stage in San Francisco to celebrate the full swath of 2024 games from indie to AAA. Here are the categories for both the GDC Awards and the IGF Awards, the full slate of nominees and winners. I just listed the categories and the winners. And so they go like this. For Game of the Year, you got Balatro. For Best Audio, you got Astrobot. Best Debut, Balatro. Best Design, Balatro. Innovation Award, Balatro. Best Narrative, you got Metaphor Refantasio. Best Technology, can you imagine? Best Narrative, Balatro. Best Technology, Astrobot. Best Visual Art, Black Myth Wukong. And Social Impact, you got Life is Strange, Double Exposure. Those are just the GDC Awards. I also got the IGF Awards here. Excellence in Audio, you got Despelote. I believe these are these for upcoming games? I actually didn't look into the IGF Awards as much.
No, IGF Awards.
Because Despelote isn't out yet.
Yeah, but I think they submit early. So I think you can submit early.
You're right.
Last year, I that's where I learned about Cryptmaster.
Gotcha. Yeah, and I'm seeing that all these other, like, thank goodness you're here is just nominated in Angerfoot, so these games are out as well. Excellence in Design, you have Tactical Breach Wizards. Excellence in Narrative, you got Caves of Quud. QUD. Caves of Quud.
You were confident, and then you weren't.
You got Excellence in Visual Art, Haunty. Nuovo. That's the one that you put me on.
Yeah, I booted up on that guy.
Nuovo Award, Consume Me. You got, let's see, the Sumus McNally Grand Prize also goes to Consume Me. Wings Award, actually, I'm trying to see if they explain what some of these are, because I don't know what the Wings Award is, but that one also was won by Consume Me. Best Student Game was won by Slot Waste.
Reb Valentine said it. But I also, I blue skied it, but I say it all the time as well. This is a great chance for you to go back and look at all those nominees and wishlist, buy, find, because there's always great stuff. Consume Me, it sounded familiar, and I know why, because it's that one that I thought looked cute off that one thing where you're feeding food to the baby or whatever and doing all this different stuff.
Is
that out yet?
No, this is still a wish list coming soon.
All right.
Polygon's website needs a little cleanup on this, because when you click into it, it's like it just takes you a page that's this.
Caves of Quid! Quad!
Cud? I think it's Cud.
Cud. I attempted to go to the GDC Awards last night.
Did they not let you in?
They did not. So this is what happened. Do you
know who I am?
It almost got to that point. I was like, but I'm blessing from Kind of Funny. Why can't I come in? I have a VIP seat. No, what happened was so obviously we're here in San Francisco.
Yeah.
That's where we work out of, right?
Yeah.
GDC is in SF.
Yeah.
But for most of GDC, we have no reason really to get badges. We go to mixers, we go to things, but like usually when we go to the Xbox mixer, when we go to Day of the Devs, we don't have to pick up badges for those things. And so I never got my GDC badge.
Yeah.
But I knew that I wanted to go to the GDC Awards.
Yeah.
And so my plan was after our meeting here, our team meeting to end off the day.
Get your badge.
After 5 p.m., I was like, I'll go home, I'll take a shower, I'll dress up, and then I'll go to the awards. I'm gonna miss the IGF Awards sadly because I'm gonna get there too late. But I'll be there for the GDC Awards. I'll get my badge, get the wristband, and then be able to waltz in toward the beginning of it. So the Moscone Center where GDC happens at is separated into multiple different centers.
Yeah.
The one where they have the GDC Awards were open. The other ones had just closed by the time I got there.
And that's where you get your badge.
And that's where I get my badge. So I try to go in, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I can't go in here. I wonder if I could get my badge at the GDC Awards one. So I go there, and even at the door, they're like, hey, you need a badge to get in here. And I'm like, okay, well, I mean, I have a QR code and an email. And they're like, all right, I guess show that to the people at the door. Walk to the people at the door. And I'm like, and they're like, you need a badge. I'm like, oh, I was told I got this QR code. It's my thing. And they're like, yeah, no, we can't let you in because we don't know if you gave away your badge. And I'm like, I've not even gotten my badge. And they're like, still, we need to verify they have a badge. And I'm like, okay, I see what's happening here. That's fair. Can I talk to somebody? Is there a manager? Is there somebody? Because I have a PR contact. He'll verify me. How far can I run this up? And I'm so not a Karen person. I'm so nervous and I'm so anxiety driven when it comes to trying to be assertive in any sort of way. Yeah. So my go-to was just hey, is there somebody else I could talk to? And so that happens about 3 times. They go back, they bring the head of the security for just that event. Yeah. And I'm like, sweet, I have this guy. that I'm emailing right now, his phone's probably off because he's in the awards.
He's at the awards that he's invited me to sit at a
Yeah,
VIP seat.
I'm like, I have a VIP seat. like, can I find somebody who's like part of the event and see if they like I can make this connection? And like, kudos to them. They're very nice about it and very helpful about it to the extent that they can be. Of like, hey, yeah, sorry, like this is just how it is. Like they go back and they bring somebody else out, and it got to the point once we got to the second person, I was like, hey, I'm ready to give up. I don't need to. We don't need to make this happen.
Yeah.
But they're like, no, we want to make it happen for you. God bless them. So yeah, they bring up like finally I get to the final boss, and she's just like, yeah, there's nothing I can do.
Wow.
And so I'm just standing out there. I'm like, damn, I'm dressed up to go to the awards. All my friends are in there. I'm like, I pull it up on Twitch just so I can do the Squidward meme of like seeing all the fun that people are having in there while I'm just standing outside, not able to get in. And then I just got drinks with my friend Meg.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I didn't get to go to the GDC awards. One day I'll make it in. Because this is the second year in a row where I thought about going to the GDC awards.
It got real close this time.
Got real close this time. I was outside the door hearing everybody cheering inside.
Man, you're a better man than me. Because I wouldn't have been like, do you know who I am kind of thing. I would have eventually been pulled up like Games Daily and been like, I'm not going to do this. But of course, they're like, you got banned from E3. And
yeah.
So then what I would do is then be like, all right, cool. I would have walked away from the door, gone outside, looked around, made eye contact with any developer, explained the situation, borrowed their badge, gone in. If
that's how I actually get banned.
If that didn't work, what I would have done is gone, okay, cool. Walked away. I'm assuming there's multiple entry doors, right?
Yeah.
Walk away from whoever knows that you're blessing, whatever. Gone and texted your friend and be like, whoever's next to you, grab their badge, come out here, give it to me, and we'll walk back in together. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that would have been the one. But yeah.
They're cool. For the record, the GDC awards staff and security is always cool. Would have been probably 2019, the year before everything shut down and changed and whatever, where we went to the awards and it was the first awards where they no longer gave out wine. And I was like, this is bullshit. So I left the awards and I went to the liquor store across and I bought like a case of wine in bags. And I asked everybody as I was leaving, I was like, I found this, different security people because I was going to take the same path. I was like, hey, is there going to be a problem if I go buy wine? Like, I don't think so. That's cool. Okay, cool. And I did it. And then I went and bought like, I'm clanging. And I came back into the awards through the exact same thing, started handing bottles out. I was texting Jeff Keighley. I'm like, do you want a bottle of wine? He's like, yeah. Here you go.
My favorite was as I'm like interfacing with security trying to get in, like
everybody
matters, like
Phil Spencer,
literally Josh Sawyer, the lead developer of Fallout New Vegas, like walks by and like sees it and it's like, oh, hey, Blessed. I'm like, oh, hey, Josh. And then he's like, are you having trouble getting in? I'm like, oh, yeah, but I'll make it in. Don't worry. I'll meet you in there. I never met him.
He's like, I can help. No, I got this.
He's like, no, I got this, Josh Sawyer, but I appreciate it. And never made it in. Sadly,
damn.
Everybody looked like they were having fun though.
Yeah,
I saw Mikael taking pics with everybody. I'm
the clips look great. Of course, I think it's the IGF ones were hosted by Alexa Ray Korea and Ben Starr was out there. I saw they were all being very funny.
And Mikael as well was doing a lot of hosting there. So shout out to the GDC awards and the IGF awards.
Always a fun time out there.
One day I'll make it in. Story number 5. What was that?
Stella was inside.
Stella was in there. Everybody was there. Like, Tam and Lucy. Everybody looked nice too. And I was like, man.
You learned a lesson. Get your badge.
Get your badge.
I've been there every year as well. Like last year I went and it was the exact same thing of wrap up here, shoot down, when's press close, do this thing.
Yeah. It's a sucky thing of like, or not sucky, but I guess there's the happenstance of we still work throughout the week.
I know.
And so it's like, I don't have any time to get my badge because like I could leave in the middle of work, but like we live far enough away from where the awards are happening where it would be a hassle to be like, all right, I'll get my badge and then be back in an hour and a half. Like, I don't feel like doing that.
Sure. But I mean, there's always, you can always just plan ahead a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Well, now I
planning
know
ahead,
I got to plan ahead.
I'm like looking at like the schedule on Tuesday when you were downtown for GDC, I'm like, you finish the Gamescast at 12:30. Then I look at your schedule. You're not at the Xbox event till 2.
Yeah, but like,
seems like there would have been a little bit of time to get there.
You know what? I'll just leave Game Showdown unprepped every week from now on. How's that?
I mean, I would love that. I fucking suck at that show. I would much rather off the dome kind of feudy questions. All right.
Story number 5: a Persona 4 remake could get revealed soon. I'm pulling from Zuhaad Ali at the Game Post. A new website domain was just registered, hinting at a possible Persona 4 remake. For Persona fans, this might be deja vu. A new website domain, p4re.jp, was just registered today, March 20th, and it's already fueling speculation that a Persona 4 remake could be on the way. A new website domain was just registered, hinting at a possible... Am I reading the same thing? I am reading the same thing over again. This was spotted by Twitter/X user Scrambled Faz, who pointed out that 2 years ago, a similar domain, p3re.jp, was just registered. 3 months later, Atlas officially announced Persona 3 Reload. Now, with p4re.jp popping up, fans are connecting the dots and wondering if history is about to repeat itself. Quote, P4RE.jp was just registered a few hours ago, the X post reads. 2 years ago, P3RE.jp was registered. 3 months later, Persona 3 Reload was revealed. End quote. That was the tweet. The P4RE domain was registered under GMO Internet Group Inc., a company based in Tokyo, Japan. Unfortunately, the registrant's identity is hidden, so there's no official confirmation that Atlus or Sega is behind it. That being said, the P3RE domain followed the exact same pattern before Persona 3 Reload's reveal, so it wouldn't be a stretch to think this could be for Persona 4 Remake. I need this to be true.
It seems like it's all there. Why do you need it?
Because I love Persona 4.
Okay.
Yeah, Persona 4 is like probably my top 5 favorite games of all time.
Sure, great game.
So I'll love just a chance to replay it and like, give it a new coat of paint.
Sure.
And just re-experience it.
Sure, okay.
What would be hilarious / not hilarious would be if this was just some random dude that was like, I'm gonna fuck with people.
Fuck with everybody.
And get this domain, register this domain in the exact same way as they did for Persona 3 Reload. Don't do that. Don't be an idiot.
I don't think they did. Maybe they're gonna camp on the address though, yeah. Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, this would point to Summer Game Fest.
Yeah.
Chat, was it Xbox E3 the Xbox showcase where we got Persona 3 Reload? Because I don't think it would probably happen the same way again.
Why not?
If everything was lining up
it
this way?
leaked. I remember it leaking real bad. That was the problem.
Yeah, oh yeah, it did. It was
Remember
because they uploaded everything to Instagram.
You hate to see it.
Yeah. Story number 6. Microsoft gaming boss Phil Spencer says Xbox fans will see more movie and TV show adaptations despite the failure of Halo. This is Wesley Yin-Poole at
And this
IGN.
isn't an Xbox knock, just in general. It's just not, everybody's, if you're gonna make them, make them. Got the showrunner saying he didn't play God of War. Like, I don't know. What are we talking about?
Are you not excited for the God of War TV show by the guy who didn't play God of War?
Who doesn't like games? Great.
The failure of the TV adaptation of Halo certainly hasn't put Microsoft off more adaptations of its video games. That's according to Microsoft gaming chief Phil Spencer, who said fans can expect more in the future. Spencer spoke to Variety ahead of the launch of a Minecraft movie, the big screen, Jack Black starring adaptation of the Microsoft-owned sandbox video game Minecraft. Big things are expected of it, and if it does well, it could spawn sequels. It's the latest Microsoft video game to get either a movie or TV show, and follows the phenomenally successful Fallout Prime video series. But the TV adaptation of Microsoft's flagship Xbox game Halo failed, suffering a cancellation.
Damn, Variety, all right.
They're reading blood. Suffering a cancellation after 2 big budget seasons were poorly received. Microsoft has learned from Halo, Spencer told Variety, and is gaining confidence in the space, and so expect more to come. Quote, we're learning and growing through this process, which is giving us more confidence that we should do more, Spencer said. Quote, we learned from doing Halo, we learned from doing Fallout, so all of these build on themselves, and obviously we'll have a couple that miss. But what I'd say to the Xbox community that likes this work is, quote, you're going to see more because we're gaining confidence and we're learning through this, end. Does that give you confidence?
Yeah, I mean, I think they understand. Again, it's the usual conversation of how much influence and power in this dynamic in this relationship does Phil and the team at Xbox have, right? Mm-hmm. That's the issue, right? And it's why Fallout's so great is that, of course, they brought on people who understood Fallout, and then they worked so closely with Todd and his team to be like, all right, cool, we're doing the thing. It's the same reason what Last of Us works on such an outrageous thing, right? Of bringing in Neil the way they did, and to have Halo be this one, as Tim knows way more about it and talked about it last Games Daily I was on with him, right? Of like not giving fans what they want by the time they did, making it too late. Like, you just gotta realize that you can make a video game adaptation that is very close to the video game and it'll bring in the mainstream. Everybody tries to mainstream up what they're doing, and that's where they fall apart, I think.
Yeah. I think Phil talking about it in this way is interesting to me, just in the sense of I don't get the sense that the Xbox team's hand is on the wheel as far as like how these movie projects go. Yeah. Right? Not even in a bad way, but like when Fallout it becomes a successful Amazon TV show, I more so view it from Bethesda and Todd Howard licensed out the Fallout franchise for Amazon to do, and like they did a good job with it. In the same way that like I don't connect that to Halo, and I don't connect that to Minecraft either. I know it's all technically owned by Microsoft. But they feel separate enough. It's not like a PlayStation Productions type situation, right? Or even a Nintendo situation where it feels like there's a bit more of an intentionality with how they're approaching their movie stuff. Not that like...
Well, PlayStation went and made PlayStation Studios, right?
Yeah,
Productions, thank you so much. For the Mario movie, right? Like Miyamoto was so involved on that. He was like the mouthpiece of it, let alone how much he did for it. And then you see that in the fruits of the labor, right? Where that movie is a not even a love letter to Mario, which it is, but it's more of just like a museum of Easter eggs and references and sound bites and all these different things. Like,
Yeah.
there's having the creators involved means so much. And so for Minecraft, you're like, all right, like Minecraft, like it's a look, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, there's things you have to have in there of, you know, Jack Black eating a pork chop or whatever and making a pickaxe. Like I get it, but it's not like there's some sacred story we're trying to protect with Minecraft.
Yeah. And I'm not even saying like even one route is better than the other, right? Because like obviously PlayStation Productions, like it's not like they're just putting out masterpiece after masterpiece.
Sure, of course.
They had the Uncharted movie and the Gran Turismo movie, both okay.
Yeah.
And they have Last of Us, which is fucking fantastic, right? In the same way that on the Xbox side, Fallout, the Amazon show, is probably my favorite video game adaptation yet as far as how TV goes, right?
Yeah.
But I don't look at that and go, oh man, are they going to learn from this and make a better Halo? It's like, it doesn't feel as, together in that way as like when I look at Nintendo or PlayStation. But as long as whatever comes out is good, then I don't really care.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Like if you're going to make a Gears movie or if you're going to make a Wolfenstein movie or whatever it is, hey, as long as you give it to the right people and they do right by it, and yeah, like have the creators involved probably or people that know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I'm excited for whatever it is.
For sure.
If we could get a new Wolfenstein movie, I think that'd be big.
That'd be huge news.
That'd be huge. But if I wanted something smaller, say the tiniest news I need to know about, where would I go?
You'd go to our last story, the We News channel, where we cover all the small news items you need to know about.
Story number 7 is We News. Starting from Noble, according to Circana, Monster Hunter Wilds is the best-selling video game of February 2025 and 2025 in general so far, with more than half of its sales coming from Steam. From VGC, a new website has been launched to make finding created wrestlers in WWE 2K25 much easier. WWE 2K Tools is the work of GINX TV and is described as a brand new dedicated platform designed to enhance the WWE 2K gaming experience by providing players with a dedicated hub for discovering and sharing community creations.
First off, once again, congratulations to another person who wants to be on this show. James Wright from Jinx TV sent me this with the headline We News.
Wow.
WWT. It's not hard to get in here, everybody in the video game industry. I appreciate this. And I was driving, saw this, sent it to you for inclusion. Very interested to jump into this and see how this website works. Because it's even beyond just talking about creation stuff. Like I was reading through it. It's like they have a universe mode planner, a streamlined way to organize WWE 2K universe shows, storylines, rivalries without this, a draft simulator. Like WWE's 2K's creation suite's always been very impressive, but cumbersome. And of course, breaking it up by a platform sucks. And so to see how this creator wrestler database is working, see what they have here, I'm very interested.
It warms my heart to see that this is the thing that still happens. Because I remember back in 2007, 2008.
Going to GameFAQs?
No, not even GameFAQs. There was a dedicated website. I forget the exact name of the website, but it was something CAW, right?
Yeah,
something CAW,
yeah,
right? And you would go on there and you would have different like categories of create a wrestler, create a moveset, create an entrance, and they would have formulas for if you want to make Tajiri or like
hell
whatever.
yeah, let's make Tajiri.
Yeah, because he wasn't in the game. I'm like, oh yeah, I like that wrestler. I want to make that wrestler, and they would like. You could create pitch perfect
the Japanese
copies.
buzzsaw.
Oh my god, you spit in people's face.
Tajiri.
Shout out
kicks.
Tajiri. Oh, you're
I
so
love
good.
Tajiri.
And funny enough, like a lot of the those wrestling games would have their movesets like verbatim, and so you would go in and be like, oh, Tajiri's basically in the game without being in the game.
Yeah.
And so you would just like take that like whatever formula they have.
Still
on
the same way it is to this day.
Yeah, exactly.
You want Joe Hendry? Here's 9,000 of them. Go to the most upvoted one.
Exactly.
I said his name. Will he ever appear?
I love that they do that.
Me too.
Faint and Brave, The Lost Hero, launches April 24th on PC. And then Atelier Yumiya Cross Tekken 8 collaboration has been announced. A free item will be available in Tekken 8 Season 2. And that is it for Wii News. You did show up there.
Hey, all right, cool. I like that. I'll take it.
Let's hop into some super chats. No Man Skywalker writes in and says,
No Man Skywalker?
Birthday tax. Thanks for all the great content. You guys rock. Thank you so much. Happy birthday, No Man Skywalker. Joey Ratstone writes in and says Persona 4 rerun, which I like a lot. I think that's got to be it. Barrett, I think me and Barrett has talked a lot about like what they would name it, and yeah, you had to go with like some either rewatch or rerun. Feels like the best. It feels like the best one. That's the best one I've heard.
That's a good title.
Veil of Karma writes in and says, huge random shout out to Heroes of Hammerwatch 2. Just picked it up today and already have 5+ hours. Fantastic arcade retro roguelite ARPG. Love you guys.
Heroes of Hammerwatch 2?
Heroes of Hammerwatch 2 is what it's called.
I'm going to it.
Yeah, Kevin, if we can get like a lookup of Heroes of Hammerwatch 2.
Heroes of Hammerwatch 2. Low
Skill Plays writes in and says, it's big of Greg to bury his rivalry with CM Punk and support his merch. Way to be the bigger guy.
Thank you. That means a lot to me. A roguelike action RPG that offers extensive, persistent progression. Build your town, upgrade, and equip your heroes before taking on the ever-changing Dark Citadel, either solo or with a new team of friends.
Opponus Prime writes in and says, a Persona 4 domain was registered, and they wrote in with this before we even got to the story. A Persona 4 domain was registered, very similar to P3's remake, which was unveiled 3 months later. SGF reveal with Q1 2026 for P4 rewatched.
Oh no, I like this a lot.
Right now, Kevin is showing the Heroes of Hammerwatch gameplay.
This is neat.
Is this doing something for you?
Yeah, I like a good roguelite.
Yeah,
I like a good
action RPG. Has a fun pixel art style here.
It's a really nice little art style.
Is multiplayer? This looks fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting this. All right, cool.
Thank you. Fuck with it.
Thank you very much. Who said that in?
That was... Oh, I can't scroll down anymore. I lost it. You're going to look it up. I'm
gonna look it up.
No, it's the problem where, like, have you done the thing where you've gone through super chats on the YouTube page like this?
Yeah, but I break them out.
Because, like, if I try to do that,
and then slow. Well, that's your mouse. That's your stupid
No, it's not.
mouse.
No, it's not my mouse.
It's not mine when I break them out.
It's not my mouse.
When I break them out that way.
After this is done, you should come. We should talk and then set you up with recent events on Streamlabs. It's better.
Sick. I appreciate it.
No, but you have to do that. You have to. It's Veil of Karma.
There you go.
Veil of Karma. I just did that. Donated.
Veil of Karma. Everybody toss up the Kevin gold stars. He gets one. Well, I'm giving it to Kevin. You are the gold star, but we're giving it to him. Kevin, you get a gold star just for being amazing. My mind is your mind. Remember, you're killing the.
My mind is your mind. My mind is your mind.
Yeah, I can see this open as Prime, right?
You want a code for this?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Not my kind of game, but it looks cool.
Fine, fair. Live your life.
When you say SGF reveal, I'm thinking, SGF season. I don't know if I expect to see it more at Jeff's thing or Xbox's thing. I think I lean more toward Xbox's thing because of history. But I mean, I would even love for it to come out this fall. That might be hoping for too much for the fact that we got both Metaphor and Persona 3 Reload last year. But yeah, like Q1 2026, I could see too for following that exact same cadence. But man, I want it sooner than later. Corrado is cool. Writes in and says, "Boss makes $1, I make a dime. That's why I poop on company time."
Good, I like that.
And then Kyle Bond writes in and says, "Hey, Bless, it was great to run into you last night. You're a super cool dude." This again comes back to the story of
me walking in with this champagne, like, "Oh, hello, you can't get in. Pleasure seeing you. Bye."
No, this was after I gave up and was like, "I'm just gonna go grab drinks with my friend Meg." So I hung out with Meg, and then like on our way, like walking back, we're done for the night. We just run into a dude and like far away from where the convention center is at and shit is happening, right? Like we're just on a random street in San Francisco and like we're in like not a great area. It's one of those things where my guard is up, like our guard is up, right? We're like, all right, like anything could happen, it's fucking the dangerous streets of San Francisco.
Of course.
And I just hear, "Hey, Blessing," and I was like, what the fuck? Who's gonna throw hands?
Just swung immediately.
Yeah, I'm like, who wants to fight? And I'm like, oh, and he's like, "Oh, dude, I love the show." Man, that's one of the reasons I do love this week, even though I'm fighting against the whole week for GDC.
Sure.
It's relegated to a weekend.
Of course, yeah, I hear you.
But it is nice to have it happen more than often of people just randomly in San Francisco, saying what's up or saying they love the show or saying that they watch. Shout out to everybody who's introduced themselves to me and the crew because it is always fantastic whenever that happens and it lightens up my day. And then Jeremy Mannon writes in and says, "Quick question. When is the next AVP in review?"
You will be getting Alien versus Predator every Alien Predator movie in reviewed tomorrow. We're doing AVP tomorrow, the actual AVP tomorrow. So it's a jam-packed day tomorrow with Sam Lake, Ben Starr, Game Showdown, Alien versus Predator in review. But as I was talking about in today's Gregway, my work is kind of done after Sam Lake, so I'm probably gonna start drinking beers at 11:30.
Ooh, I might
join me?
I mean, I gotta host Game Showdown.
But I'll already be drinking then too.
Well,
all we need to do is go, "Hey, Tim, have a beer," and he'll go, "Yeah." And then Andy will have just woken up, so he won't. But
it's one of those shows I want to be sharp for. But I guess it's
You ever watch the show?
Yeah, but I gotta be sharp as the host.
Okay.
Because I'm already not as sharp as I like to be all the time. Let's hop into kindoffunny.com/you're wrong. Where you write in, let us know what we got wrong, as we got it wrong, so we can correct it for those watching later on YouTube and listening later on podcast services around the globe. We only have a couple. We have one from Onion Ducky who writes in and says, Seamus is pronounced Seamus. So that's Seumas. It's pronounced Seamus. It's Gaelic, I think. The Seamus McNally Grand Prize is the name of the Game of the Year award at IGF. There you go. It was named after their first ever Grand Prize winner, Seamus McNally, who passed of cancer shortly afterwards. All right, there you go. I appreciate that you're wrong. And Timmy Buddy writes in and says, the site for WWE Cause Blessing was thinking about was cause.ws.
Makes sense.
I appreciate it. That makes sense.
I appreciate that.
And then Sal writes in and says, Sal from Gamatsu here.
Hey!
What's up? Anyway, just a note regarding the p4re.jp domain.
Thank you.
Anyone can register a JP domain with Oname, the registrar used to register the domain. A surprising number of Atlas-related domains are easily grabbable by anyone, like p2re.jp, for example. Historically, we haven't really seen random users register domain names to pull one over on fans when it comes to Atlas-related stuff, but just thought I'd bring up a possibility, albeit an off one, since there's no definitive WHOIS information tying Atlas or Sega to the registration, which I appreciate that. And yeah, that's definitely a thing to keep in mind.
Turning 9 back on, Kevin. 9 is on.
I almost wore the shirt. What's up?
Oh, we could have been matching today. Check 1 2. Am I on?
You are.
I just really wanted to come out here. What do you prefer if this is real? Rewind or rerun?
Rerun.
Because it's TV based. Remember, there's a lot of TV stuff in Persona 4.
Rewind's the same thing though.
No, that's a VHS tape. That's different.
Oh,
This
okay.
is the Midnight Channel. This is the Midnight Video Store.
Rerun is such a slam dunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you? Remake.
Feel like the remake.
Reloaded.
I like both. I could fuck with any of them. I think it'd be funny. It would be if they just went with remake though.
I do think
be
there's an
hilarious.
interesting conversation though of like, is there a negative connotation to rerun?
Mm.
Remake sounds new. Rerun does sound, I've seen this before kind of thing. I don't know if you'd want to double down on a video game title that way.
Yeah.
Even though it makes sense to fans like us. And I do think Persona sickos aren't going to care.
Yeah, that's true.
I think you also like maybe make the TVs prominent on the box art, maybe to like drive it home of this is what this is.
Yeah, this is the whole bit. This is the whole theme.
Yeah.
Retelevised.
Retelevised.
Rewatched. I don't hate that one. OMGLX.
But the thing that I don't love about even rewatch or retelevised is that like rerun is such a term that is baked in of we know what rerun is like a word in the dictionary.
Yeah.
Rewatch obviously probably also a word in the dictionary, but that it gets to the point where we're just adding to other verbs. You know what I mean?
Sure,
where
that
it's
makes
like
sense.
rerun is a word.
Yeah.
Rerun is a thing that we regularly say and refer to.
Now, do you think, Greg, just because I know you love, all right, you both love Persona 4 Golden.
Correct.
Do you think in this remake, will they cut out the Golden content for the remake and then add it later?
They can't fucking do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I don't even know. I only
Especially
played.
because, let me tell you, I guess the Golden stuff didn't factor into the
I was gonna
big
say because
twist.
the Golden, I've only played Golden, so I actually don't know what's Golden versus what's just regular Persona 4. Not that we should spoil it here. Let's not. spoil it,
just
but-
in vagaries, do you remember, is her Marie?
Oh,
Marie?
yes.
All of the stuff with her is, from what I remember, that's like the Golden stuff.
Get ready for DLC. Episode Marie. Are you kidding me?
How do you solve a problem like Marie?
Yep.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Barrett. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
that. And thank you, Greg, for joining me on this episode.
No problem.
Of Kind of Funny Games Daily. Remember, each and every weekday, we run you through the nerdy news you need to know about live on YouTube, Twitch, and on podcast services around the globe. If you love what we do, support us with the Kind of Funny membership on Patreon or YouTube to get all of our shows ad-free. Watch us record them live and get a daily exclusive show. Enjoy the Gamescast next and the stream after. But until next time, Game Daily.